This stuff is, for me and many of my clients, our nutrition nemesis. It's a diet disaster. See, empty box. So if you crave this, but you don't want to give it up entirely, here are 8 strategies that you can implement to just try and make it that you can enjoy it without it becoming dysfunctional. Okay, so your first step is you're going to make it hard to get to. So you always have to actively work to get your hands on it in your house. It's going to be in the back of a high cupboard behind other things in an opaque box or a bag. So you physically got to make some effort to get to it. Reason for that is because it's going to slow down any impulse eating. It might actually be enough to stop you from going and getting it and eating it. Secondly, you are never going to eat it directly from the box or bag because it's not going to stop. So what you're going to do instead is you're always going to measure it. If putting it on the scales feels too dysfunctional for you and measuring a portion, then my suggestion is something like this. These are protein shaker measures. So you can just have one of them as a scoop. These are different size ones, obviously. Find one that's about the right number of grams of what you think is an acceptable portion and use that instead. Next, my recommendation, always eat it with a protein shake. So you're not going to eat it dry. You're going to put it in a bowl and you're going to have water and protein powder mix as your protein shake, liquid with it. Reason for that? A couple of reasons. One, it's going to make you much fuller than eating it dry. Two, it's probably going to take you longer to eat it. Use a teaspoon, not a dessert spoon. And three, it's going to slow down absorption in your gut. So that should mean that you are less likely to overeat it. Next, always put the box away before you actually start eating. So it's going to go back to the back of the high cupboard in the opaque box or bag, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to eat. If you eat fast, you're going to go, I'll just have a little more, I'll just reach in with my hand, and then all of a sudden 20 minutes later half the bag's gone. If all those strategies still don't feel like they're going to work for you, but you still really want to sometimes be able to enjoy it, this is my suggestion. Do not buy a box of granola, buy a granola bar. And I don't mean buy a load of granola bars all in one go, because then you'll eat them all in one go. I mean buy a bar. You can crumble that up. It's a measured portion and it's exactly the same approach, therefore, as taking a measured portion with a scoop. Other recommendation is consider only having it in recipes. So I've got a recipe I'm going to link for you that's for a cheesecake made with protein powder and high protein granola. So that way you get the hit and the pleasure. You're also getting some protein, you're also getting some fruit. Have a try of that, see if that works. I just mentioned the high protein granola. Tip 8 is potentially to switch from normal granola to the high protein granola. They're actually all right. You can get one in Aldi, a couple of different flavors. There's also Lizzie's is the well-known brand of it. The benefits of this is that they're going to have less of a carb impact, and they're also going to boost your protein intake that day. So it's just a slightly better version. Lastly, always, if you're someone who's tracking in any way whatsoever, track ahead of time. It does make a difference. Obviously, it means that you're going to have a thought about how much you're going to have, whether it's worth it in the light of your overall daily target. It's going to slow things down. It's going to mean it's less of an impulse. So I hope that helps. As always, let me know if you have any questions at all.